sides. On one side is childhood and adolescence. On the other side lies a vast frontier of young adulthood, full of the unknown, new challenges, and boundless opportunities. We, the adult members of this church community, we're also on that other side of this bridge. We gather with our arms open to welcome them, with our minds prepared to mentor and learn from them, and our hearts prepared to share life together with them and walk alongside them in a new way. So, let's meet our soon-to-be high school graduates. First, Isaiah, and then Miles. I invite Isaiah and Lisa to stand, and as Lorenzo begins a brief underscoring, we have pictures. Applause for Isaiah as he goes to the pulpit. Isaiah, it's a tradition in this congregation for you to share with us your answers to several questions. First, what is one meaningful thing that you have learned from your life experience over the last 4 years?
Over the last few years, I have learned that it is okay to rely on the shoulders of others when you are at your lowest of lows, and also when you're at your highest of highs, because no matter what the situation is, you are going to need somebody to help you and stay by your side.
What is one important value that you're going to use to guide you as you continue to mature as an adult?
One important value that will guide me as an adult is the relationships and bonds between people. Connect all of us to each other.
Lisa, you can join Isaiah at the pulpit as you offer words from your heart.
Isaiah, when we first met, you were at the start of your 8th grade year. I learned you were a confident young man when you shared that your favorite color was pink without the slightest bit of hesitation. I can't believe how much I learned about the NFL that first fall you lived with me. I went from not knowing what a first down was to being the manager of a fantasy football league. And I even got to cheer for your Niners at Levi Stadium. All the same, when I look back over that time, the thing that jumps out the most is that I truly can't imagine the spring of 2020 without you. From the COVID lockdown to learning about George Floyd's murder on your Instagram feed, together the two of us experienced a chapter in the future history books as it unfolded before our eyes. The COVID lockdown was not easy for anyone, and I felt so lucky that you were there to keep things interesting. In the middle of the summer, I remember when I got so sick of my shaggy hair that I suddenly decided to clip it myself. It didn't go well, how could it? And then you offered to fix it for me. I decided to take a chance and let you. And after your best effort, the haircut had improved, but then you proceeded to use the clippers to trim one of my eyebrows. Now, I know your ability to pull a good prank will never disappear, but I hope that you learned that day about how pranks can go too far. And I could tell at least 10 more stories about the funny things you have done to tease me, but that is not the only part of your character that stands out. I have always known that you were someone that loved your family with a fierceness nobody can come between. Once your mom was in a car accident down the street from us. You ran out the door as soon as you got the text message, and you didn't let anything or anyone stop you until you knew she was okay. Isaiah, you are now arriving at the stage in life where you will venture out onto your own, and I want you to know that your mom is going to be okay, even though she won't be as close by anymore. Your inquisitive mind and ability to make a persuasive point in any disagreement will be beneficial no matter what you decide to do next. So as you are finalizing where you will land, be it a small town in West Virginia or an even smaller town in West Virginia, I want you to know that all the people who have watched you become the responsible and caring adult that you are always going to cheer you on. Isaiah, my wish for your future is that you will identify all the options before you and decide to choose what brings you all the joy that you deserve.
And his mom to stand, and we have pictures. Applause for Miles as he takes to the pulpit. Miles, it's the tradition in this congregation for you to share your answers to several questions. We begin by asking, what does Unitarian Universalism mean to you?
Well, you know, the UU Church is, no matter, I've been to a couple.
A little louder.
Louder?
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of UU churches, you know, and a lot I mean too, but, you know. And, you know, and I've met a lot of the people, I've met congregations from other churches as well, and, you know, just going around, I've been places. And no matter which group of people it is, which church, it's always, you know, a wonderful community. It always feels homely and welcoming.
What's one meaningful thing you've learned through your life experience over these last 4 years?
Everything changes. Don't get too attached to your setting, where you are.
And what is one important value that you're going to use to guide you as you continue to mature as an adult?
Probably never giving up, you know, because even when things change, you're still you still got to keep going.
Great, thank you. Now I invite Miles' mom to join Miles at the pulpit. And I know you have some words to offer from your heart.
So Miles, this is the person I've seen you become over these last 4 years. First, when I'm on this campus, I can see you as a kindergartner at Chalice Camp, covered in face paint and dripping wet from the water slides. And when I look at you today, it hits me what a beautiful and intense journey we've been on, and how meaningful to be back here today for your bridging ceremony. High school for us has been a series of false starts, challenges, and big questions that have not always had satisfactory answers. Leaving middle school in 2020 and starting high school in the midst of the pandemic was so tricky to navigate. It feels like you didn't find your groove until this year, and now it's over. We were in San Francisco when you were in the midst of your coming-of-age programming at UUSF, and the whole world went sideways. In that program, there was a series of retreats with middle schoolers from neighboring UU congregations, at the end of which you were to present a credo to the congregation. Needless to say, it was a tall order to ask a 13-year-old to come up with a definitive personal statement in May of 2020. Your credo came down to one word: resolve. You identified that trusting an internal guiding sense was what you had chosen to develop during a time when the world was filled with uncertainty, panic, and big questions. although you expressed embarrassment that it wasn't as fully fleshed out or articulately presented as the other youth, I disagree. It was the best. Your sense of resolve has carried you through 4 years of challenges to this celebration of transition. We moved to Fresno full-time to help my dad out during the COVID lockdowns, and you began a Clovis school online for 9th grade, which was not a good fit culturally or politically for a kid coming from SF schools. We tried to transition back to San Francisco, but you found surprising and challenging emotional landscapes while trying to navigate the city and school, both of which had been a breeze in your childhood. Something had shifted internally, but not your sense of resolve to figure out the path that suited the way you needed to move your body along it. We found refuge again in Fresno, where you entered an intensive outpatient mental health program and met with many psychology professionals, eventually finally understanding of the unique way that your brain was processing information, ways that include autism and ADHD. In the meantime, you developed your artistic skills, illustrating and writing, focusing on creating characters and worlds through which you were able to explore varying responses to life, and you kept showing up to those mental health supports. As we figured out how to best meet your needs with the educational options at hand, we decided to transition to a semi-rural life as caretakers of the Bright Dawn Center in Coarsegold, and you rejected the option of leaving high school early, resolved to complete high school at a normal school, buoyed with deeper understanding about your challenges, new supports, and tools. You continued your artistic endeavors and fulfilled requirements, even when every fiber of your being ached to focus only on your special interests. You developed compassion and empathy as you helped me take care of Grandpa through hospice and his passing, learning how to hold space for an entire extended family in the midst of grief who were using our home as the epicenter. You learned how to endure and find equanimity through navigating your father's homelessness, addiction, and health issues, loving him through the pain of witnessing his suffering. In the acres of home, you developed your archery, tracking, and other outdoor skills, including gardening, helping support the community who holds the land as sacred. You navigated fraught political, cultural, religious differences at your school in O'Neill's while maintaining your unique and sometimes outspoken individualism. All of these hard-won skills will be continually useful to you. As you move more fully into your young adulthood, my wish for you is that you continue to grow and practice these skills, to never stop learning about yourself and trying out new supports and tools, and to keep deepening your personal resolve and fine-tuning your individual moral compass as you encounter the big questions life asks of you along the way. Find that path that matches the way you need to move in the world.
So Isaiah, I invite you and Miles to be on the first step in front of the pulpit. The first part of our bridging ceremony is to offer you a blessing. As we often say, a blessing it's not magic. It's just taking the love that's in your heart and directing it towards a person or a thing. So today we take with our words our love and we offer them to Isaiah and Miles. So I invite us, as we're willing and able, to rise in body, and our words will appear on the screen. We, the members and friends of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno, offer this blessing to you. Go forth, Isaiah and Miles. Carry with you the love and laughter of this place, and let it light your way. Carry with you the wisdom you gained over the last 4 years and the good memories. May they give you strength for your journey. May you leave this place knowing you are good and knowing you are loved. We invite you to remain in community with us, even if your life takes you miles away. May you be filled with possibilities, love, and courage. Isaiah and Miles, to the end of your days, may you carry your blessing with you. Que así sea, bendito sea. May it be so, blessed be. Amen. Please be seated. So now we are going to create the human bridge that they will cross over. First, if you are a young adult, and I hereby declare anyone from the age of 18 to 45 is a young adult, we're going to invite you to gather at the doors here in the church and then out into the atrium so that you'll be able to welcome Miles and Isaiah into their young adulthood. So anyone 18 to 45, if you could head back where Ellis is opening the doors. Wow. What? Okay. And now we're going to build that human bridge. We're going to begin with family and friends, if you could be closest. Okay. And if you had any interactions at all during the course of time in this church, you can also come up into this close portion. And then for the rest of us, as we're able, I'm going to invite us to rise. And if you can, you folks can come over. And we're going to basically link hand to shoulder in front of you, facing the aisle. So, yep, and you're going to be facing the aisle here. And again, you're going to want to put your hand on the person in front of you, shoulder. And then if you're on the end, you're going to just hold one hand up or both hands up as in love. Okay.
That's okay. I got you. One hand.
And so, in a moment, you're going to walk through this bridge of human hands and hearts. And as you begin that symbolic journey, and as Lorenzo begins a light piano underscoring, we present you with two gifts. First, a rose. As Unitarian Universalists, when we dedicate children in our child blessing ceremony, we give the child a rose, but we remove the thorns from that rose. Today, your rose has thorns. These thorns are symbolic of the challenges you will encounter as you continue on your life's journey. Things that may hurt, startle, or give you pause. But the rose is also a symbol of love. As you go forward, may it remind you that you walk in love and that there is a love holding you. There is a love holding all that you love. We offer you a second gift. Enclosed in the soft bag is a chalice, the symbol of the Unitarian Universalist faith. This wooden chalice is in the shape of two cupped hands, open, ready to receive the blessings and the bounty of the universe. May you, your whole life long, open your heart and mind in a similar way. The open space of this chalice holds a stone, grounding you to the earth for those moments when you need to regain your balance. The stone holds a candle whose flame represents the warmth of our love. Light that candle when you want to remind yourself that you are good and that you are loved. And I'm going to step here. Thank you. Miles, in a moment, you will walk. You are ready now. As you leave this chancel, you leave behind your childhood. As you walk down the aisle, you enter into your young adulthood. The steps you take now are all your own. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Now, Isaiah, you are ready now. As you leave this chancel, you leave behind your childhood. As you walk down the aisle, you enter into your young adulthood. The steps that you take now are all your own. May the longtime sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light that is within you guide your way on. Let's have a big round of applause for our young adults. So now, as Miles and Isaiah re-enter the sanctuary as young adults, we're going to invite them, our young adults, and the rest of us to return to our seats. As we do so, we're going to begin singing John Lennon's Imagine. Let's sing together and go to our seats. Please remain standing as we sing.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us always high. Imagine all the people
As we come to the end of our service, please join us in our chalice extinguishing words led by Karen and Choi.
Extinguimos
Extinguimos
esta llama,
para no la
de la
luz de la
verdad,
verdad,
el
el
calor
valor
de comunidad
o
el
o los fuegos de nuestro compromiso.
Estos los llevaremos en el corazón.
We
We
extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community,
or the
fire of commitment.
These we carry in our hearts.
And now I gently pass you back to Tim for a few reminders.
Thank you, Jamie. And let's have again for our graduating high school seniors a round of applause. So, a few quick reminders. If you are wondering who Cecily is, here is her picture, and here she is live on the chancel. Cecily is our coordinator of community life, and it is her joy to be the person who helps new or newish folks get connected and move into a sense of belonging within the community. So if you would like that to happen, Cecily is your go-to person. And this is a good opportunity to invite you, if you are new or newish, after the service today at 12:15, we are going to have a Spiritual Journeys for Newcomers class. It'll be the two of us, and we'll be talking about our spiritual journeys and where we started and what brought us here. So you can do that either in the atrium on our Alluvial Avenue campus, but also on Zoom, and hopefully someone will put the Zoom address in the chat box. And you'll be able to join us, and we do have light refreshments and lunch for those folks before we begin that opportunity today. Outside will be coffee hour, so join us there for caffeine and good company. We also have a question and answer table with board member. I believe it's Gail West today, so just look for the sign. Yes, I see Gail right there. Look for the sign that says visitors and the bright tablecloth. The Norwelma Walker Youth Library is now serving snacks and drinks to our young children and youth from a table located in front of the library. So if you consider yourself a child or a youth, or you brought one with you, you can have some great refreshments and then step inside and borrow a book or two from our wonderfully socially responsible curated collection. Also, next week will be New Member Sunday, and after that service, we have our salad and sandwich potluck. So bring with you some kind of salad or a few sandwiches to share, and it will be a party right after the service next week. That's it for reminders, but we do have a tradition. We like to welcome folks who are here for the first, second, or third time. We do it not to embarrass you, but we're genuinely glad you're here. So if this is your first, second, or third time, if you could rise for just a moment, we won't leave you standing alone for long. Welcome. It's so wonderful to see you. Welcome. Welcome. I invite the rest of the congregation to rise with them for our closing words and then our rock and sung benediction. Our closing words are by Unitarian Universalist Rick Hoyt. Go forth, because we are always going forth from somewhere, going from our homes, from one chapter in life to another, going into mystery and questions, getting to the other side. As you go forth, carry with you the love of this place and let it light your way. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen.
2, 3, 4.
Safe passage on your way, wanderer,
Timothy on the drums, our youngest drummer. Shalom and assalamu alaikum.
2, 3.